Good old day, everyone. Here with you, Aisha, with a student number 155 from IUP 2024 class. I would like to show you how my English journey shapes the whole I am now. Okay, let's move on to the first page. So, in the first page, I have my home who shapes the first step into the world of English. For my family, specifically my parents, they teach me speak English and love English through any variety that becomes my habit. That is speaking English, listening to music, even watching English movies. So the next one is things I grew up with. There are three parts of growing up. So my parents, and then my CD or disc, and English children books are one of the part that makes me grow up learning of English. And then moving on to the fourth page, which is still talking about the CD that I told you before. Father always invite me to watch action movies like Saving Private Ryan, or mother's favorite is Mission Impossible. Or when me and my brother love to watch cartoons such as animation movies like Toy Story, Cars, or even Cartoon Network. Things like that makes shapes and English for me. And then the page on the page five, besides the movies in the city that my father bought, we always keep a copy or downloaded files of lots of music. I listen to 60s until 2000 era songs that permanently put me in a habit of loving Western songs more than Indonesian songs. And then, like other kids, I grew up with games, like lots of games. Here I could only put four out of many games that I played with my childhood memories. So they are various English words that teach me from Minecraft, Five Nights at Freddy's, GTA, or even Plants vs. Zombies. A lot of them learns me about English. And then in the page seven, moving on to other world, I learned a lot about English in junior and high school. I become the leader of English community in there, and then I became the candidate of school ambassadors when I was at middle school. Both of them helped me evolve my English speaking throughout my life. And then on the page eight, in between that, I gained a lot of experience and success between my academics. I win the first place of speech among my town and become the third place of speech among the national contest. That's what I first achieved with English. And then on the next page, shaped by society. People around me have a big part in my life. During English, definitely. I watch, I listen, I remember, and I moved based on other people's show or how they tell me. And from them, I become more and more know the details about English. For example, like I joined a lot of tutoring during that time. And then moving on to using English in daily language, I use a lot of things like that. I use English in my daily life, such as in chat or in real life. I do code switching and code mixing. And moving on to the page 11 now. Okay, in page 11, I talk about, become more frequent using English at pandemic because I learned from streamer, from and then YouTuber, or even influencer from British in America. That's why sometimes I still have that British accent in me when I speak. It's because all of them, like three of them, like PewDiePie, Markiplier, or even Technoblade. And then, yeah, it even sounds cool. I have my own struggles when I speak English. Not everyone in my life feel familiar and comfortable using English as their daily language, and I'm still not that fluent when I speak. So I have an overthinking that people might annoy when I speak English, especially with this British accent. So that's my bumps when I speak English. But all those bumps never put me down and stopped me because when I became a college student, my world changed completely. I found a new family who loved using English, thinking with English, and grew up with English just like me. I found them in the brighter side of my journey. And then next one is literature feelings in English. That leads us into the question of, I love writing definitely and I'm in love with the environment who shapes me into writing in English and makes me more wanted to learning more about English. That's why there's a connection between literature, feelings, and English. And that leads us to a question. Why English in the first place? Well, in English, I found everything. I learn, I walk, I run, and I believe in myself through English. Other than my family and my environment, English shapes me into who I am now. And then on page 16, that makes me open up in the page 16, definitely. The art of comfort from foreign language. I found safe space in English. That's why you can see that I write a lot in my notes or even in documents. I put everything in my head, heart, even soul when I use English. That's why I feel like I'm myself in there. And the impact on building on myself is I found confidence, bravely, independence, and knowing myself more when I don't. Then I became master of ceremony in the past, but now I'm using English still. I become a master of ceremony in some part of college. And that's I'm really grateful for the most. And in page 18, how this path defines me. Well, UNESA welcomed me in the world of English of literature. I was a maniac of ITS engineering or UGM nuclear major, but now here I am talking about how English shaped a person I am now. That's how it defines me. And the goal the upcoming adventure, I want to join a lot of content, love the contest, achieve many certificate, fluent in English, and definitely meeting a new family that I want to, talk with. And yeah, that all my friend is how English shaped Aisha Marcia Safarina as a simple and ordinary girl that loved to show herself through English. Well, and that's all I can say. Thank you for watching or, listen to a piece of me. And yeah, let's have a great day for everyone here. Thank you.